The NATO summit meeting held this afternoon was closed to the press, but the major points were outlined by Secretary of State Alexander Haig in a press conference afterwards. The alliance leaders pledged to improve NATO armed forces in Europe, but made it clear they were eager to negotiate substantial reductions in weaponry if the Soviet Union is willing. They also issued declarations condemning Soviet activities in Poland and Afghanistan, and backed the U.S. proposal to eliminate longer-range land-based nuclear missiles. But the NATO session was overshadowed by the Israeli invasion of Lebanon. At the press conference, Haig was asked if progress towards a peace settlement was being made.
I would be remiss were I suggest there's been no progress. There have been detailed discussions in Damascus and in Jerusalem, and those discussions continue. But it's clear that the advance of the Israeli military forces has become extensive. They are on the outskirts of Beirut in the west and well in and into the Bekaa Valley in the east. There have been heavy clashes again in the Bekaa Valley in the air today. The Israeli government has mobilized this 880th Armored Division, moving it north. There are some additional indications of increased Syrian readiness, movement of missile units. 8 MiGs have been claimed today in the conflict. As you know, last night, the Israeli government claimed to have knocked out all of the missiles in the Bekaa Valley.
You sound like you're describing a movement toward a general war.
No, I
I
certainly don't think that. I certainly don't think that, and I don't describe it. But I do think that an operation of as extensive as this, of course, always contains overtones that could result in an expansion uncontemplated or unwanted.
Much of the NATO session dealt with arms control proposals that would substantially reduce strategic arms, intermediate-range weapons, and conventional forces both in the U.S. and the Soviet Union. President Reagan is spending tonight in Bonn. Tomorrow morning at 8:30, the presidential party will board Air Force One to fly on to Tempelhof Airport in Berlin. The president will review the troops, visit the Berlin Wall, and attend a reception at the Charlottenburg Palace hosted by the mayor of Berlin before returning to the Cologne-Bonn Airport and then his return flight to the United States. In Bonn, I'm Specialist Dennis Neal, AFN News.